How's that? Can you hear me now? I mean, it's kind of turned everything off. Yeah, I think we're back in business, but now I can't see um, you're talking on the screen. Hang on. Oh, no, there we go. Oh, blah, blah, blah. I reckon that's nice chat. Tickety. I can hear you now. Ah, cool. Right. I think we're back. Just to let you know, if it crashes again, I won't bother. I'm trying to reset it up. Thank God for that. Right. Hang on. Just that thing there. I'm just going to look on this other page to make sure I've got your text coming up on that one. Should be. This one. Hang on. All loud and yeah. All right. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's working now on this page as well, isn't it? Where was I? Oh yeah, did you have a good birthday? Oh, it was a lovely birthday, mate. Yeah, went out for a meal with quite a few of the family. My eldest sister, who lives in Spain, and I ain't seen her for 3 years. Firstly, she didn't come over anyway for a little while, and then COVID kicked in, and this is her first trip back. I mean, she's gone back again now, but yeah, it was lovely to see her and go out with some of my family. Yeah, lovely time. Went out the night before that as well. So yeah, the whole kind of over a weekend, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, nice to just stuff your face and not be at work. Yeah, it's my favourite place. Is not at work. Evening, John. Nice to see you, mate. Competitive fantasy, yay! Sounds good. You can. Yeah, yeah. If you have just joined us, we did start about 7, but I just had the computer crash and then trying to boot it back up and make sure like I can get back on the live stream is not something I've had to do before. It crashed once before, but it was right at the end, so it didn't really matter too much. Yeah, right. Chat that goes over there. But I can't remember what was the last question someone asked me now. It was on the screen, but of course it's not now. Because it's changed. All back on, mate. Yeah, at least we aren't stuck at the train station. No, true. Yeah. Oh well. If there is anybody that has just joined us and hasn't got a clue who I am, I'm Eric the Plasterer. I've been plastering for 37 years from South East London, and here to answer any of your plastering related questions. Like the other guys that come along, we're all regulars, and God bless them, because if it wasn't for them, I'd have no one to talk to. And yeah, you can ring into the studio and chat to me live on 07516214983. Probably works better if you're watching the TV and you can ring me on your phone, because obviously if you're on your phone on YouTube typing and all the rest of it, you'd have to turn that off to be able to ring me, wouldn't you? So unless you borrow someone else's phone, like the wife's phone, girlfriend's phone, something like that. But hey, it's not essential, but it just means people haven't got to listen to my voice until 8:30. But they haven't got to. People dip in and out for, I think the average people dip in for about 8 or 10 minutes. Which is, let's face it, it's fair enough. Apart from you lovely regular guys that put up with my spiel for an hour and a half every other Monday. But yeah, I'm here to answer any plastering related questions, to talk about tools, talk about anything you like. Plastering related, obviously, because I'm not a fan of knowledge on anything else. My general knowledge ain't fantastic. My geography's rubbish. But yeah, I digress. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a newbie, a DIY, time served spread. Welcome along to Ask the Plasterer, which is part of my plasterer.org.uk, which is my YouTube channel. Also, this Ask the Plasterer goes out as a podcast probably a day or so after it's we've done it. So you can listen to it at work without having to have YouTube open or anything like that, and there's no adverts, and you can just pop your headphones in and listen to my dulcet tones while you're plastering or whatever you're doing. Um, yeah. If or how many people we lost back then. Duncan, how can I stop being a perfectionist and speed up? I think, Duncan, if you're literally a perfectionist and you can't help it, you can't help it. I knew a guy, and I mean, he was a self-confessed perfectionist. He wasn't a plasterer; we weren't our customers, funny enough. And oh man, I'm not saying you would be, mate, but it was a pain, proverbial. I did some tops of the soffits down the corridor of windows, and I checked them with a little bubble, and to make sure they were level from the glass inwards. And so I knew they were pucker. I knew how fussy he was. And he came in that night and he went, "Yeah, those window soffits at the top there, the reveals, they don't look level." And I went, "Oh, mate," I said, "you put a spirit level on them and check them." I said, "They are level." I made sure. And he put a spirit level on them and he checked them and they were level. And he said, "Well, me and the spirit level are just going to have to disagree." So I think he thought there was something wrong with his spirit level, or I don't know. But he said, "Oh, I can't help it. I'm a perfectionist." But that didn't quite make sense why he was being so thinking about the level thing. But yeah, if you are a perfectionist, mate, I think you're born one, and sadly, there's not a lot you can do about it. But might you might lose a few friends along the way, or not get as many in your life as you might have done. But that's the only thing you got to. Yeah, if you can get that into your head, you might kind of calm down a bit. But you can mess about with plaster too much. Which, if you're just working for yourself or you're working in your own house, then it doesn't matter. Being a perfectionist is great. Take as much time as you want to do it. But of course, if you're trying to earn some money or a decent living, yeah, you don't want to be. I mean, if you're charging enough money that you can be a bit of a perfectionist about what you're delivering, then and it's worthwhile, then all well and good. But otherwise, mate, you just got to make sure it's a quality job. But don't get silly about it. But that's easier said than done. If being a perfectionist is a bit, yeah. One coat. Competitive fantasy. What are we talking about? Have I missed something earlier on? How can I stop being a perfectionist and speed up? One coat. Well, yeah. The answer into that, yeah. Yeah, one coat will speed you up. Some plaster accelerator, preferably half time from Easy Mix. That will knock at least an hour off your setting time if you want to knock something up a bit quicker. But you have to be careful when you're accelerating a plaster. You're retarding it, lovely, but yeah, when you accelerate something, you've got to know you can definitely get it on and get it done before it's too late. Dear. Duncan, good answer. Cheers, Duncan. Silver, what with the Carter one coating? See, Eddie, how are you getting on with the plastic trowel? Are you talking to me, Eddie? And are you talking to me, Eddie? And are we talking about the Carter Easy Skim? That is the only plastic trowel that I've got, and I haven't used it recently. I've said earlier before the computer crashed that the jobs I've been on lately, I've been a bit under pressure with them, and I don't work well under pressure, and I just get out my trusties in Marshalltown and think, oh yeah, I know around with these, do stuff with my eyes shut, not going to be a problem. And no, the Carter would have probably been fine. It's just an old man thing. Oh dear. And at the moment I'm working in a bit of a confined space. I mean, it doesn't matter what trowel you use for that, but yeah. I will, like with most of my tools, I will struggle to keep the Carter clean if I leave it on the side and let any of that plaster dry on the different blades. I'll come a cropper. Carter one. Yeah, so Eddie, yeah. Was saying earlier, someone else has got the bit that was earlier on. Has got the Carter Easy Skim now, and gave us a bit of an opinion on it, which was good. Um, but yeah, I'm not getting as much feedback on it as I thought I would. And like I said, Anthony Parry from Anthony Parry Plastering, he ordered one ages ago, and he must have had it by now. And I'm waiting for him to come back with some kind of review. People, because I did that review on it, didn't I? But yeah, I just haven't used it lately for the reasons I said about waffling and going through it all again. Good evening. If you've just joined us and you've never been on this channel before, or even if you have, then you will know, or you won't, that I'm Eric the Plasterer. I've been a plasterer for 37 years, and I'm a plasterer from South East London, and I'm here to answer any of your plastering related questions, or just to have a jibber jabber with you and the regular guys. You could even probably be a customer. You want to know something, best place to ask the plasterer. I'm here every other Monday, and then this goes out as a podcast wherever you find your or get your podcast from after the event, like the following day, so you can listen to it at work. Oh, hang on. Suggestion. Yeah, sorry, I'm just reading something on my feed, which might be one of the reasons that it conked out earlier. The audio stream's current bitrate lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use an audio stream rate of 128 kilobits. Right. But if you lot can hear me okay, then I suppose that don't really matter. I'll ignore it. And if this thing does crash again tonight, I'll call it a night. But currently we're okay. We're still going. Johnny, hi Eric. When using extra time, do you use it in both coats? Thanks. I generally, when I'm doing a skim, I knock up quite a big set. Normally, if I'm doing quite a large area, I'll do a 2-bag set, and I will put me a couple of packs into that, and I water down what is left of that set for my second coat for flattening out. And so technically, yeah, I've got it in both sets, because I don't do separate. I don't let ones go and then mix up a fresh one. I take it all from the same first set, which is the way I was taught monkeys years ago, and it's done me okay. So for me, yeah, it's technically in both sets. You would have to ask one of the other guys that do separate sets that use extra time, whether or not they put it in each set. I suppose it depends. I don't know. It depends on what your workflow is, how you normally operate. Yeah, I'm not used to doing one coat and then knocking up a fresh one. I don't think I ever have done that, unless the coat's gone completely off and I'm starting again. But yeah, no, sorry, mate. That's the best I can do on that answer. Right, let's have a change of scenery. Oh, anyone that wasn't here earlier just wondered that that video on the up there, that's the old 5k park runs that you can do on. They're all over the place. This one is in Roundshaw Downs Park, around the back of Costco's. If you're anywhere in this area, I say they're all over the country. They're pretty global as well. Park runs now. It's the 5k timed run. Doesn't cost anything. Just keeps you fit, basically. I have to force myself to get out of bed. It starts at 9, which isn't early, is it? But you know, it's like if you've been working all week and you're not working the weekend, guys. You know, don't be working every week. Then you don't really fancy jumping out of bed to go running. But it's good to stay fit when you're a plasterer. Look at me, I'm doing all right for an old git. Oh dear, have I missed anything? Last time I was on, I missed one of the guys' questions, and I think even my sister that watched this, she said, "Oh, what that guy there? You didn't answer his question." And I said, "It's too late then. I couldn't couldn't trace him just from his name on there. I couldn't find him because I think I did do a search, but nothing came up. I wasn't. If it's someone that's watching this week, I wasn't ignoring. I'm just a bit rubbish sometimes. Well, not exactly speed reading, is it? But it's not my. I'm not the best at it. Okay. Oh, here's a little bit of extra time. Yeah. And that at the bottom is just me messing about with my video editing to do an advert for Ask the Plasterer. I do like messing about with the old video. Back over to this this one. Yep, for those of you that I can't believe nobody knows. I know the regulars go, oh God, he's not going to go on about that bloody community forum again, is he? But look, guys, when the numbers don't go up on it, then I just, if you're not on it already, then I'll have to keep pushing it and plugging it until you do. And it's, all of my video descriptions or my videos have got a link in to this community server where you can chat to me and the other guys. You put pictures up, you can do anything on there basically. And if you click on one of those links, it will send you an invite to join. And all you have to do is just follow the couple of instructions on there. Nice and easy peasy. And then Bob's your uncle, you're a member on it. And it's an app on your phone, and it's just really easy to chat or ask a question during the day when you're at work or something like that, rather than waiting for the plasterer to come around or for putting some kind of comment on the comment sections of my videos. Trowel Talk, Stuart Roberts, brilliant plasterer, lovely bloke all round basically. Trowel Talk Plastering Facebook has got, I'm pretty sure it's around the 3,000 mark now of people that are part of that page. And but the Stuart's YouTube channel of the same name, he's got about 800 subscribers on there, and he could really do with getting up to 1,000. So if any of you guys are listening that are on the Trowel Talk Facebook page and you haven't subscribed to Stuart's actual YouTube channel, please consider doing it. That would be great. Again, tonight I didn't have a chance to put this to change this video over. It was a bit of a rush when I got in from work. So that's just that one of that horrible high ceiling stairs and landing that I did a couple of weeks ago. I have done another float and set video, but I just need to edit it together and whack it up on the channel, which will be my next job. So for those of you guys that think, is he going to do another video soon? Yes, is the short answer. It's in this customer's house. Their sort of party wall, not party wall, the wall between their front lounge and their back lounge. The whole lot of blown, right, all the backing coat and everything, right back to the bricks. But you'll see that in the old video. Johnny, Eric, do they do the park runs on a Sunday? I work most Saturday. No, mate, they're every Saturday. Sadly, I say sadly. I couldn't. I wouldn't want to get up and go on a Sunday. But I'm assuming, Johnny, you're fairly young, or you just love working, mate, or needs must. But I used to do Saturdays and often weekends when I was younger. But as I got older, I just thought, life's too short to be doing 6 or 7 days a week, and 5 was more than enough. And if you've got a decent, if you're managing to charge a decent price wherever it is you are, you're located, then you should really be able to angle it so you only have to do 5 days a week. Even if the money's if you need the money there, but if you get enough work in and you're charging for the quality that you're delivering, then you shouldn't have to work a Saturday, and then you could go to park run. But the park run don't take long, depending on how fast you are. The fastest I ever did, which was a few years back, was 23 minutes. Oh, excuse me. for a 5K, which is like amazing because now it's about 36 minutes and I'm struggling to get it back under half an hour. But but you can only do it once a week. I'm not majorly into running or anything like that. But it does keep you on top of things. And if you can run 5K, at the end of it, you haven't got COVID that week. Because you wouldn't be able to do it if you did have, even with 2 jabs. Dear. Mark, extra time is really slow if you use it in both codes. Half time. Extra time every time. Well done, Mark. Yeah, I like that. Where did you get that idea from? Yeah, I would think if you did put it in your top coat and your next coat, that it would. Because when I just use it in one, like 2 bag batch, and especially if I do put 2 packets in, like one for each bag, yeah, it does. I mean, having that extra time for me to be a bit lazier and go a bit slower is kind of lovely. But when I look at the clock, I think, oh, I didn't realise how late it had got, because I'm adding an extra hour to what a set normally takes me if I knock up 2 bags. But I've said it before, I'll say it again. I only use it because I'm getting too lazy in my old age and I just don't want to have to rush. So now let's whack some extra time in there and have a leisurely plaster rather than pushing it. Which sometimes you have to do, especially if it's not just big flat walls and you've got to go around a chimney breast and all that malarkey as well, and doing the alcoves all in one hit. Then I think I know. Yeah, the extra time's going in. I'm used to do it, but I've just discovered I can be a bit more relaxed if I use it rather than not. But yeah, half time, extra time, every time. Great stuff. Michael, hi Eric, are you still busy with work? Currently, mate, I am. And I've had a few. There's a few jobs in the pipeline as well that I've not had the quotes for yet. That I'm not really looking forward to. There's one for a couple that I've done most of their house over the last couple of years. It's a big old place, and they've got this loft room, and a major part of it is kind of like it's down here, so it's an on the knees affair to do it, and then it comes out and up, and I'm not looking forward to that one. But at the minute, that's one of the last jobs I looked at, so I haven't got to do that for a while yet. But yeah, fortunately, the work's still coming in, which is good. So yeah, not having a bit of a problem. The phone's gone a little bit quieter than it was, but it is still going. Sometimes when I'm really busy at work, I don't notice that I'm not getting calls in until that work's starting to get near the end, and I think, oh, hang on a minute. The phone's not rung much lately, but yeah, currently it's still good, and also fortunately, yeah, plaster not been an issue to get hold of, as it like cement was. So that's all. It's all good. Yeah, still busy, Michael, at the minute. Johnny, I'm 54. Oh, you're catching me up, mate. You're catching me up. But, and you're still doing Saturdays. Oh, come on, Johnny. I'm 50. Yeah, just turned 59. I haven't done weekends. I can't remember, actually, if I'm honest, the last time I did a weekend job. Yeah, not as a kind of like, oh yeah, I'm working this weekend. Generally, I do look at jobs, and sometimes people that it's more convenient for them if I could do it on the weekend. They go, oh, do you work weekends? And I go, no, sorry, life's too short. I can do anything from a Monday to a Friday. I don't do Saturdays or Sundays. But well, Johnny, if you if you don't mind it, mate, then crack on. But one day off a week's just not enough for me. 2 days off a week's not enough for me. James, hi. What speed skims are you using at the moment? I only really use plastic blade most of the time. I bought that 1200mm speed skim, and I was using that quite a lot, and nothing else. Because I'd normally use my plastic one, then my metal one when I'm putting a bit of water on the wall. But my other metal one and plastic one are the 900s, yeah. And because I got used to the 1200, I'm thinking, oh, this is lovely on the big walls, covering it over. And so I was just putting plenty of water on if it was drying quite, because if you don't put enough water on and you keep using the plastic blade, it can drag when the metal one wouldn't. But more recently, I've gone back to using the smaller ones and the metal one as well, because I like getting it. Or if I use the 1200 plastic, then I will run the later on when I'm putting the water on. I will run my metal bladed 900 over everything, because it just gives a lovely finishing, flattening out. It's like I've said before, double-handed trowel, metal blade speed skim. Water up there, up, down, left, right, comes out beautiful, and then just finish off with me Ultraflex, and does the job. Does the job a good one. Duncan, you're looking good shape for 59. Cheers, Duncan. Appreciate any comments, or now young or older might be. Because sometimes I think, oh yeah, I don't look too bad. I know some other old grannies I know go, oh yeah, but you do look about 60. I think, oh thanks. Yeah, no, quite a few years back I got into doing calisthenics and stuff like that, and I was going to the gym regularly, doing the old saunas, ice baths and all that kind of malarkey, which getting back into ice baths is difficult. But once you get the hang of it and you get used to it, and it don't take your breath away anymore, it's a pleasure after you've got out. But yeah, well, so I just want, if I'm going to get old, God willing, then I want to be fit and old. I don't want to be old and doubled up and can't hardly walk, especially in this line of work. Yeah, it can do your blooming joints and all the rest of it in. I think possibly just genetically, I've been fortunate that apart from some numbness in my fingers on my left hand, due to some kind of trapped nerve that I've got. Other than that, I haven't got any issues with my elbows or shoulders. I get a bit of an headache now and again, but who don't? When you're doing ceilings and you're spreading all day. But yeah, but cheers, Duncan. Johnny, I can't remember the last time Saturday off. Oh, Johnny, what's the matter with you, mate? What you got to ask yourself is, why haven't you had a Saturday off? Why are you working every Saturday when you could be? You don't have to go park running, but have a lie in, mate. Have a lie in. Well, I don't know if you've got a garden or something. Well, it's got much cop this time of year, but yeah, do something like no, just do something that's not flipping plastering, other than just a Sunday. Or whatever you do on a Sunday, why not do it on a Saturday as well? But yeah, I'll recharge your old battery. Do a much better job on a Monday, in my opinion. But oh mate, yeah, and let me know next time you're on. I want you to go, oh, you know what? It's Saturday off. And you can say, oh, it's crap. I'm so used to being at work on a Saturday, I didn't like it. Oh, wow, it's fantastic. I wish I'd done it sooner. Yeah, you will be the richest man in the graveyard, mate. Yeah, if you're earning a good whack anyway and you're doing Saturdays, you should be laughing. Yeah, I might need to borrow a few quid at some point. Are you in the London area? Oh, whereabouts are you, Johnny? Whereabouts are you in the country? There's a lot of the guys, I don't realise how far and wide everybody is. You kind of assume people are kind of fairly near, but everyone's all over the shop, which you need to expect on YouTube. You can be from anywhere right around the world, can't you? I've got one guy from Russia that's he's on my forum site. As I said, if you've not been here before, these things aren't normally in front of my face; they're normally behind me. So that's why I can off the top of my head. And I don't normally. I don't know if that's irritating when you're watching, or if it don't make no difference. Dartford. Oh yeah, it's not bad. It's still kind of London, isn't it? Dartford, London, Essex. I don't know. I'm rubbish at geography. Anywhere outside of London, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure which way that is. People go to me, I don't think I'm from Bristol or mate. I mean, all the years I've been around. I've been abroad and I've gone here and there, but never been to Manchester, never been to Liverpool, never been to Bristol, not been to Ireland, but I'd love to go to Ireland. Been to Scotland, but yes, in England I'm not very well travelled as it goes. But I'd like to give it a go. Oh dear. Let's have a little change of scenery for a minute. There we go. Right, for anyone that's just joined us, I'm Eric the Plasterer. I've been plastering for 37 years. Here to answer any of your plastering related questions, or just to have a chat generally about tools or lacquer tools or plaster, cement or petrol or anything else you want to have a chat about. This channel is for, or Ask the Plasterer specifically, for time-served plasterers. It's for newbies, for DIY enthusiasts, for customers, for anyone that wants to tune in because they need to know something or want to know something about plastering. This is a place to come. Do it every other Monday from 7 o'clock. Normally finish about 8:30. And then afterwards it goes out as a podcast, so you can just listen to it without having to have YouTube open. Especially if you don't come to the live one, and you kind of think, oh yeah, I'll listen to the podcast. Mind you, it's much better to come to the live one. It's more interactive. Though some people have tried ringing me on this number and then watching the video as opposed to, it's not out live, but you have some idea whether or not it's live or whether you're watching the video. But yeah, you can actually ring and talk to me in the studio if you want to, on 07516 214 983, 07516 214 983. It's easier to do if you're watching me on the old telly box as opposed to on your phone. Probably on that already, watching this and typing on it. Hey, so James, Eric, is all the plaster still going for a drink up, love? Yeah, yeah. The only thing I've got to organise is where the hell everybody lives, so we can pick up somewhere in the country that's reasonable for us all to meet up for our what do you call them? For our oh god, the words go at me head. For our plasterers conference, that'll do. Or known as just catching up on what's going on in a pub somewhere, having a meal somewhere, and or just spending a weekend at a B&B or something, and discussing the finer arts of plastering. But yeah, it's gone. And the first thing I need to know is the guys that are regulars here and or that are on the forum, my forum, the Discord community server one. I've got some of them have got the same names and others have got different names, and so sometimes I'm not sure if it's the same person or a different person. First I've got to suss that out, and then basically, guys, I need to know roughly where you all live, so I can even think about trying to organise some kind of a Beano or get together so we can discuss plastering over a pint or 5 or more. And starting to eat. But yeah, so it's definitely in the pipeline still, but it's going to take a bit of organising. I could just say, oh yeah, let's all meet in Croydon. And some of the guys in Wales or Lincolnshire will go, yeah, it's a bit of a trek for me, especially short notice. So yeah, so let us know either on here or on my on the community server whereabouts roughly you all live, guys. That'll come in handy for me trying to organise something. And I think it would be a good crack if we can suss it. Lindsay, hi Lindsay. Do you ever get customers trying to barter your price down? Yes, Lindsay's my daughter, by the way, guys. Yes, baby. I generally go, well, that's my price, and if you're welcome to get some other prices as a comparative, compare them against, see what bargain they're getting, and get back to me. And generally, if they want me to do it, then they'll go, oh no, so I want you to do it. So I got guided, or about a year or two ago now, did say if you can you do it a bit cheaper, and I said, well, not really. And he said, oh, another guy that's going to do it a bit cheaper. And I said, oh, that's fine, that's not a problem. I've got plenty of work on anyway. So, and we left it at that. And then I put some other job in place of his one. And then he rang me back about 10 minutes later. Oh, no, can you do it? I'm sorry I messed you about. I think he'd had a word with his wife. And she probably just said, get back on the bleeding phone. Don't mess about. So I did go and do it in the end, but you had to wait an extra week. But yeah, sometimes people try and bite you down, but can't. You other guys listening, if anyone tries to knock your price down, just you got to say no. I mean, you're worth your money. You're doing a quality job. Plastering's not easy. It's a difficult job to do. It is an art form, as a lot of customers will tell you. So, it's an art, isn't it? So, I'd love to be able to do it, but I can't. Yeah, don't. I mean, even when I've needed the work in the past, when I get there, I sort of say, not really. And sometimes they don't take into account that really your day starts from the minute you fall out of bed. You've got to get your gear shifted and all your tools to the job. It's not just when you walk through the door at 8 o'clock or whatever. It's from the minute you're not maybe popping the B&Qs, loading up your van, and then getting to the job, unloading it all. And especially if they're on the top floor of a block of flats that hasn't got a lift and that kind of thing. It's a lot. Well, not a lot of people, but some people just don't take those things into account, or they don't really care. They just want it done cheap. If they want it really cheap, they'll have to go and let a cowboy do it. Because only a cowboy would really do a really cheap, in a really cheap price to do something. But then that's the customers look at the end of the day. If they want quality, they got to pay the price. Thanks, Lins. Duncan. Yes, I've come up. Newcastle. You're in Newcastle, Duncan. Yes, is that right? Yeah, it's not far for you to trip down London way, is it? It's down, isn't it? I said my geography was rubbish. No, I know Newcastle's up. I'm not that bad. But up, and it's a long. Bristol's off that way a bit, and I don't know where the other places are. But we know where Duncan is. We know where Anthony is. We know where James is. Some of the other guys. So. Oh, Duncan, you want us to come up to Newcastle? Well, maybe it's somewhere a bit nearer Newcastle. We'll see where most of the guys are, and the ones that it's worth their while to make some kind of trip. Obviously, if you're absolutely at the top of the country compared to near the bottom of the country, then it would be quite hard to organise all you kind of thing. Even for a few pints with a bunch of other plasterers, until I want to be bothered to travel all that flipping way. Diggity da. What's that? What? I can't see what you put there, mate. It's a hashtag, is that? Yeah, don't know what that is, diggity da. Explain it to me, and I'm just a poor old, slowly going senile plasterer. Mark, hello, mate. Northern Ireland, flipping hell. Right, that means you have to get a boat or plane across, mate, as well, then, wouldn't you? Yeah, I do know it's over some water. Dear. Diggity. Weymouth. Weymouth's not bad, Diggity. You can get to anywhere from Weymouth. James, Dunstable, Bedfordshire. Yeah, that's not too bad either, mate, is it? Michael, South Wales. Sylvie, you're in Stoke. I'm going to have to get my map out. Put pins on where everyone say what area they're in, and I'll set something out. I can do if I know where people are. Should be able to put something together. It's just I can't do it randomly and go, well, let's just all meet at some place and I'm flipping it all. It's miles away. Oh, hello. Watford. Good evening, who's calling?
Oh, hi. I think I must have got the wrong number. I was after someone called Eric.
That's me, Eric the Plasterer.
Oh, hello, Eric.
Hello, what can I do for you?
What it is, I was watching your channel.
Yeah.
But I can't seem to send a message on YouTube, so I've got a question to ask you, please.
Yeah, far away, mate, far away.
Is that all right? What it is, Eric, I watched your channel last week and I've come back this week and I really find it great. What it is, I'm going to be putting up a ceiling. I'm a DIYer, but I can plaster to a degree.
Yeah.
I'm going to put up a plasterable ceiling, and I'm going to use 15mm DB board because I want the soundproofing properties. Now, the fact is, it comes in this wide sort of tapered edges from what I can see. And I don't really know how to go about really dealing with them. You know, do you have to fill them before you put the scrim tape on with bonding plaster?
You don't when you're if you're working with boards with tapered edges. You haven't. I always use square edge boards, but because the tapered edges are for joint filling, in it if they just want to fill the joints and not plaster it at all.
Yeah.
But I would if I'm plastering over a tapered edge board. I will still put my fiberglass tape straight on the joint before I put anything else on it, and then normally I just make sure I still hit the whole wall rather than filling them in with bonding or a first coat of finish and letting them go off. I normally just knock up a big set. I might put the plaster into those tapered divots first, and then as soon as I've got the plaster in those, then I'll just start coating up the whole wall, all as one operation. But having the tapered edge dipping in there shouldn't using a little bit more plaster. But other than that, it shouldn't really cause you any problems.
Okay, but that's reassuring. Yeah, it just looks very deep. I haven't seen one in reality, but I don't think you can buy it without the tapered edges. That's the problem.
I'm not sure if you can or not, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, looking on the internet so far, I haven't seen them. This DB board always seems to be tapered edges. So I just have to go with that. So that's great. So you put the tape in first.
I put my tape on like I would just on a square edge that was buttoned up, and and then as I say, knock up one mix to hit the thing with, and I will just fill those the tapered edges in first. And as soon as I've got one coat whacked into each of those, then I'll cover the whole thing, and just operate as normal. And where those dips are, it doesn't normally cause any kind of issue at all when you're skimming. You don't kind of think, I can feel that I'm going over one of those dips I filled in earlier. You know, you can't feel it. It just goes on like it's a square edge board once you fill those in. So it should be good. And when you say you watched this before, was you at the live one?
No. Well, I like doing research, going through YouTube, and I put down plastering as one of my things I want to pick up on. Cool. And I don't know why, but I just came across your channel like about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so not that long
came
ago.
Across one of your videos, and then I guess once I subscribed. It when you came live last couple of Mondays ago, I just happened to fire the computer up to do something else, and it came up with a message that you were streaming.
Oh, cool!
So that's how I found you. But then I've seen other bits that you've been doing, like the Mad Max video. Oh
yeah, it's nice to put up the odd silly thing now and again, just to make a change.
No, it does. I think it's brilliant. What's nice is that you've got a proper setup, haven't you? You really look like you've got a proper mic for the channel and everything.
I didn't used to have, but I'm not very good. I'm not very technically minded. But the computer I use now is a really good one. But I built it from watching YouTube videos.
You said that last time.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, my missus sort of said, "There's no way you can build a computer. Just don't even bother." But so I'm really pleased.
That's a vote of confidence.
Yeah. I mean, if the thing went wrong now, I'd think, oh God, could I do it again? I would panic. But I was just pleased it worked. And so far, so good. And when you're doing a live stream, you want to put stuff, try and put bits up that are interesting. Like having the words on the screen, having a few little videos on the side, just so you're not just looking at my ugly mug, talking. Because there's quite a lot of live streams like that. Where it's just some guy sitting in his front room on his sofa going, "Oh, hello."
That's what you pajamas.
But no,
that's fine. Well, it's like computers are a good thing, like building your own. Once you actually just keep looking at videos and you get the confidence and ask maybe the other question, it's not beyond it. And that's the beauty about modern life. There's so much information and things have become so much easier. you had to have professionals, didn't you? But
it's all the nearly anything I want to find out, I'm straight on YouTube.
Oh yeah, but you can spend so much time. You can spend half your life looking at stuff. But saying that, when you whittle it down, like finding your channel, for instance, it really just puts a lot of meaning behind what you need to know.
Yeah, cool.
And reinforces what I've sort of learned so far and what I pick up.
Yeah.
You know, because you constantly want to, as a non-professional, you really want a lot of reinforcement that you're going down the right road, especially when you hit a problem. You don't want to come to a standstill completely. So
gotcha. So did you be waffling on about my forum thing that you can get onto?
Right.
So you can ask like me and any of the other guys that come to this thing.
Okay.
They're on it on a regular basis, and My I don't know how technical you are on the old YouTube, but on my videos, in the description below the videos, there's a link for the Discord server, it's called, and you click on that and it sends you an invite to join my forum. And it's a thing that comes up on your phone. So if you think, I don't know about blah blah blah, you can type a question in there, and 9 times out of 10 I'll see that and I'll answer it, or loads of the other guys that are on there will answer it. So I don't have to be the one answering it all the time. But it's just more handy than having to wait a fortnight for this to come around, or to put a comment on one of my videos, which I answer to. Yeah,
but what's happening now, though? Are you you're obviously talking to me, but you're not. Your stream's not live then. It's not like now, or is it?
Oh no, it's right now. It's right now. So you're going out live. Are you watching me on the television or? Yeah,
on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, because a lot of the other guys, the only reason they don't ring me is because they're watching me on their phones. And for them to ring me, they'd have to turn it off and then ring me on the number.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's nice when people are watching it on the telly and they can ring in and chat to me, and it gives the guys a break from just listening to me.
Yeah, that's fine. That's great. Yeah, because my dad was a plasterer. He died in 1980, so he was really old school. But as a kid, I used to go to work with him and mix up some plaster like as a 10-year-old during school holidays. Yeah, and I used to watch him and his other workmates. It was so fascinating doing all that stuff. And
so from that viewpoint.
Yeah, it was all real hand. They had no mixers then.
No, tell me about it. Yeah, when I started, it was tin baths and like mashers to get the lumps out of your finish. And that's when
the bags were 50 kgs, weren't they?
Yeah, twice the size. Yeah, I said that to the ripped the muscle off the top of my bicep by chucking a couple of, because I was used to the big bags. Then they went to the smaller bags, so I used to be, I can carry 2 of those because I used to weigh that much. And I chucked this couple of bags into the back of my car, and as I kind of shoved them, it does this big twang in my arm. And that was 15, 20 years ago. And it hasn't caused many problems. I didn't have anything, no operation on it or anything.
You're fortunate, that was real hard. Well, they used to, just as a kid, I used to try to give a hand, but sometimes they had to carry it all from the roadside in the lorry because it didn't come off on an arm, and you had to unload it from the roadside and carry it into the house to store it, and then sometimes they had to carry it up 3 or 4 flights of stairs. It was one of these big houses of London.
Tell me about it. I still get jobs like that now.
I'm sure you must have done that probably very early days, but it's just accepted. Everything was done by hand. Everything. There was no mechanical.
No, it's a lot. Well, I used to have a labourer when that was the case, but as soon as I got an electric whisk, my labourer went. Basically, I kind of didn't really need to not for because I went from doing site work to mostly domestic jobs. Yeah. And once you had an electric whisk and a pair of stilts, you didn't really need a labourer.
No, that's right. Yeah, those whisks are fantastic, aren't they?
Really... God, yeah. I've had one now for donkey's years, but they're amazing to get a decent one.
Yeah, even those the plastic bins and stuff, you don't have to use baths, do you? You can just mix enough up in one of these big tubs, can't you? These plastic tubs.
Oh yeah. I mix everything up in massive round plastic tubs. I don't even pour my stuff onto spot boards anymore. The spot board takes. If you're working in a small space or a bathroom, you ain't got room to put a spot board up. Your gear on, so just put the bucket on the floor just outside the door, knock it up there, take it straight out of the bucket. You got to clean the bucket out
after. I wondered whether to use a spot board because that's the way they used to do it all the time. But I don't think you do because if as long as you're quick enough, you can get it out of the bucket, can't you?
I mean, it's nice to have when you're working with labourers and say if you're on a building site and there's a nice big spot board there and they're supplying, they're knocking up all the gear and you're just spreading it on the wall. Nothing quite like it, but it's absolutely lovely because all you're doing is spreading and you just scoop a nice bit off the board onto your hog, crack on with it. But of course, when you when you're like either working on your own or you're doing domestic jobs, I say you can set up a spot board, and some of the guys still do. But I just think, it's just more, and then I put it on the board and you think, I better wash the bucket out. And of course, all the time you're doing that, it's going off on the board.
That's right. You really need to be organised in your mind, don't you? And,
absolutely, mate.
It's nice sometimes, I think, just to have somebody to scoop it from the board onto your hawk, isn't it?
Yeah.
Instead of having to get up and down.
That's true, mate.
But it's good. But you're doing a really good job with your channel.
Smashing, thanks for that. I appreciate it.
But keep it up.
Well, crack on and keep us posted on the, or especially that particular job you just you rang up about, and let us know how it went. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do. Hopefully, I'm putting up a metal frame ceiling because the joist is so twisted. It might happen.
Oh, and then screw fixing to that.
No, they're bad. They're all at different levels, literally. Some about 15 mil lower or higher.
Yeah.
So I'm never going to get straight edge. So I've gone around in circles with it, but now I've decided just to put one of these metal frame ceilings up, which is coming this week. Yeah. So that's all new to me, but I think I've sussed it all out.
Fair enough.
But keep just the money keeps adding to the cost of everything. That's all.
But I mean, the labour's the most expensive at the end of the day, and if you're doing it yourself, then you're laughing.
Yeah. Well, I won't keep you, but I have to invest in a decent trowel now, so that's the other thing, and I'll probably go for one of those speed skims as everybody seems to
definitely.
talk about.
I never used to use them. I've only been using them for the last 2 years, and I love them.
Yeah, they seem to get a very big thumbs up, don't they? Everybody seems to, from watching videos in the chat, sceptical at first, like it can't be that good.
No, I mean some people don't like. There's some really old traditional guys that. They're probably not any older than I am, but they're going, oh no, it's not proper. You just we need all control, which is true. If you're a decent plasterer, you don't need any of these tools, but they just make life easier, in my opinion, anyway. So.
But that's the thing, the speed with me, because I'm not going to be as fast as someone like yourself, but so they might give me that little bit extra time.
A speed skim will help you because, say, when you put your first coat on the wall, you normally you don't start getting the trowel marks out until you start flattening it with your second coat. Yeah. But with the speed skim, you get that first coat on, you can more or less, with a plastic bladed one, run it up the wall, run it across the wall, and the wall is more or less, apart from a couple of grooves in it, nice and flat. So you haven't got to worry about it.
Yeah. That's what I can sort of see. I think that's why it's worth spending probably £60-70, I think they are, aren't they, upwards?
Yeah, but they're but well worth the money.
Yeah,
as long as you keep your tools clean, which I'm not very good at.
No, that's what I can sort of see. Yeah, it's easy just to drift off to this or just get sidetracked. But I'm putting the float coat on as well, so I'm putting the backing on there with bonding and stuff. It's a big job. But anyway, I'm very enthusiastic. But now I've spoken to you, that's all answer a big question for me.
You need to be. Cool.
Lovely, yeah.
You let us know how it goes, mate. Thanks for ringing in, yeah?
All right, take care.
Speak to you again. Take care, mate.
Bye. Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye.
Right, guys, for anyone that's just tuned in, I'm Eric the Plasterer. I've been a plasterer for 37 years. Here to answer any of your plastering-related questions. You can type them up, or you can ring into the studio on 07516 214 983 and ask away. This channel is for newbies. It's for time-served plasterers, DIYers, customers, anyone that wants to know basically anything about plastering. This is a place to come. Ask the Plasterer. This goes out as a podcast the following day, so you can listen to it, which is sometimes just easier, and you haven't got to look at me, which can be a bonus. Oh dear. Going back to a later question there. Silver, safer. I don't know if you're still here, Silver. Safer to meet up in Benidorm. It would be. I tell you what, I'd love to be able to meet up in anywhere abroad. That's warm and sunny and has got a beach and bars and stuff. But I think if we all met up in Benidorm, I don't think we'd talk about plastering at all. I'd be too busy drinking, sunbathing, and swimming, and stuffing our faces with whatever's available. But yeah, that would be nice. What are we doing for time? Oh, it's not too bad. It's coming up to the kind of time where I nearly knock it on the head. I only had one crash out tonight with the older PC. It's been fine since then. I didn't have. There's a little vent. A little door on it, which I most of the time I have open, and I didn't have it open earlier. It doesn't normally cause my computer to crash, but it did earlier tonight. But since then, it's been fine. I don't know if this is going to go out as 2 live streams. The first one, which is probably already being processed and gone out as a video, and then this one. So yes, that'll be two plastering things, but both with the same name. Mark, have you used half-time for bonding yet, Eric? Yes, I have, mate. Although I have to be careful. Normally, when I'm knocking up some bonding that I need to put a bit of half-time in to like speed it up, I'm not normally doing a whole bag, so I'm really kind of guesstimating how much of that sachet I should put in a bucket. And the last couple of times I've done quite well. A time before I didn't put enough in, and it didn't go off any quicker, or not worth worrying about. And another time I put in a little bit too much for the small amount I was mixing up, and it went off before I could get one awful out of the bucket. But that was down to me trying to mix up a small amount at measuring anything, which wasn't great. But yeah, I love it, mate, because I've hung about for. Well, no, I've hung about for hours before. I know, like, bonding's meant to go off in about 45 minutes, but then I mentioned before I did a job for a customer on here, and it was only the size of it was underneath a window in a bay, and a radiator was going back on it afterwards anyway. And I bonded it first. I thought I won't bother putting any, it won't take long to go off, and I knew I was there for the day anyway. So I just put bonding on it, and then I waited and waited. I went home for lunch because it was a fairly local job, and then I went back and it was still soaking wet, and I couldn't make it out at all. So since then, any kind of small patches I do, I will put half time in it. Because because once it's gone, lovely, you can crack on with a finish and get a job done. Having to hang around for over an hour or more for a little patch so you can skim over a wall. Nothing more disheartening. So it's good to be able to use that gear. So I love it. Gary Arnold, your speed skim link don't work. Amazon. Cheers, Gary. Yeah, sometimes some of my links, if I leave them too long, I don't know if it's something that Amazon do. And because I had this a little while ago, someone said, one of your links isn't working, and I have to go back into it, take the link off, put it on again, and it works again. So I don't know what that's all about. But cheers for that, mate, for the heads up. Because nothing worse than someone says, I'm going to buy a speed skim via Eric's link, give him a little bit of kickback for the channel, and it doesn't flipping work. That's no good. Oh dear. But saying that, as I said to other guys, you can click on links for any tool on my in my links on my channel, and then search for a different tool. Like if you went to the link on for plastic sheeting, and while you were on there, you went and you did a search for speed skims, we'd still get a little bit of a kickback, and you can still get to it via my link. But cheers for that heads up. I will sort that out so it does work again. Silver, yes, still with. Good. Yeah. Sorry, Silver. I'm behind myself, mate. Yeah. I'm coming and going all what time it is. But we're still here, who isn't? Duncan, I'm here on mute, though, or that is on the phone. Oh, fair enough. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm not allowed to have. I'm not allowed to play anything out loud when I'm in the same room as my missus. No matter what it is, whether it's like related to this or I'm trying to watch some kind of video or something on my phone. I've got to have my headphones in. Otherwise, I'll get me a bit off. And then she goes and does it. I might be watching something, and then suddenly her phone will start going beep, 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 and playing some kind of tune. I thought, what's that? I think, put your headphones in. I have to. But yeah, so I know what that's like. None work. Oh, flipping hell, Gary. Okay, mate, I shall get in there. Was that on any particular video that you were watching at the time? Because I don't know if that means it's not going to work on any of my videos. Because I've basically got the same links on all of them. Because yeah, for the stuff I put up, I don't really need to put like separate things on separate videos. So I just stick the same kind of stuff on all of them. So if people want to buy any gear, they can do it mostly through any of my videos and links. Yeah, cheers, Gary. I'll been on this live, I think. And seeing if it works. DJ Ring, evening all. Hope you're all well. James, oh, hang on, mate. Name's Kieran. Just subscribed to Discord. Oh, well done, Kieran. Top man. I bang on about it every time I'm on here. I go, get on the Discord flipping site. It's so easy to just click the link and get on there so you can chat to me and other guys any time of the day. And you're in Kent, mate. So I shall put you on my list for sorting out our plasterers get together, Beano weekend away or whatever we end up doing. But it would be a good crack, I reckon. We'll get to those further spreads. Yeah, we have. Obviously, quite a lot of the regular guys and the guys that are on the Discord site do come to Ask the Plasterer. I mean, sometimes I'm quite surprised. I think they've heard me waffling on every other week. And think, they still tune in. God bless you all. But it's nice, and you can have a bit more of an easier a chat during the day about particular jobs you might be on, and even if you just want to stick a picture up and go, look at the flipping state of this. It's nice to be able to do it on the Discord site. So I should look out for you, Kieran, and it'd be nice to have a chat on there, mate. I'll drop you a line at some point, probably tomorrow. Lindsay, links are working for me. Oh, okay, brilliant, baby. That's cool. But I'll double check it. I think some of the links on some videos perhaps don't work, or for one reason or another they won't work for some people and do for others. But we'll have a look. DJ Wink, anywhere works for me. Oh, right. Okay, mate. You don't mind a bit of travelling. James, I've been putting some plaster waste in my communal bin where I live, and someone's grasped you. Oh, mate, someone's grasped me up. I got a letter through the post. Oh, you're joking? I'm flipping out. I haven't double checked my bins because it's bin day for me today, and God bless them. There was a little bit in there, not a lot, but they've taken it away. It's getting silly now. I'm discovering now you can't take nothing to the tip without paying for it, domestic or otherwise. I mean, you can't go to a tip as a tradesman anymore anyway, because it looks bad on the council's recycling records. So it's just getting more ridiculous. I mean, you can't expect everyone to have a skip outside their house, like tradesmen that need it, like ourselves, to put the gear in. It's ridiculous. At least you used to be able to go to a tip and go, look, mate, yeah, I'm happy to go on the weighbridge, pay the minimum amount or whatever it is, and get shot on my rubbish. They get the money, you get rid of the rubbish. And now, oh no, sorry, mate, we don't take trade waste and all that malarkey. But that's I've done that one to death because it just drives me spare. I'm about due to get another skip now because I piled my bags of rubbish down the site. One of my last customers, I took a lot of their rubble off the wall, and I said I'll bag it all up neatly for you, but the idea is that you get rid of that. I said I'm happy to take it, but I will charge you 150 quid to take the rubble. And I thought they might think, 150 quid, don't worry, we'll get rid of it. But they said no, yeah, if you can, no, we want you to get rid of the rubble. We don't even be bothered with that. So fair enough. I mean, if you charge for it, and I was thinking 150 quid. They'll go, oh no, I'm not paying that. We'll get rid of it. But no. So if they do say yeah, then at least you've got the money there to put towards a skip or whatever to get rid of other junk that you might have accumulated, as I often do, on the front of my house because there's nowhere else to put it. Oh dear, happy days. Where are we? Don't miss anybody. Lost on, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, no. Years ago, I used to chuck the old bag of plaster in a communal bin round an old council estate that's around the corner from me. It's not there anymore, or it is, but it's all new. And they were knocking the flats down and everything. And there were a few flats left, and there was a big old communal bin round there. And I used to drop the odd bag in there. And the old caretaker one, he came out and he was leading off alarmingly. I thought, oh, mate, what is it to you at the end of the day? And they're knocking down on these flats, and it's not a big deal, and who really cares? But he did, so I couldn't go back and do that anymore. That's all gone now. Excuse me. But no, I do something like that, and your neighbours just go, oh, that tradesman man, he's put rubber in his bin, and the council have said we can't be having that into the naughty tradesman. No, don't get me started on getting rid of rubbish. Gandalf, evening, mate. Nice to see you. Where you been? Evening. After you've applied and flattened the second coat of plaster, when is a good time to give it a wet trowel? $64 million question, that, mate, really. When it's for me, it has to be pretty firm to the touch before I start putting water on it. If you can, if you've got any kind of wetness when you touch it, any kind of stickiness at all, I don't put any water on it. You want to touch it and it feels not dry, but you know what I mean. When you touch it and there's no stickiness to it at all, and it's firm, so you can touch it like that. There's nothing on your fingers. That's when I would start putting some water on it. Again, I only use the sprayer. Put a fine spray across. I normally, with this big sprayer I've got, I put a fine spray across the whole wall, and then I can kind of put that down, and then it'll just go up and down or whatever across. With my trowel, start troweling up. So, years ago, and especially when I was learning, it's a massive water brush. You used to chuck so much water at the wall, and it's running down, and you end up with puddles of it all over the floor. Which when you were doing seedings. Unfortunately, that was mostly on building sites. The amount of water that used to get thrown about was unbelievable. But and you're not meant to put tons of water on plaster when you're troweling up. So since I started using the spray bottle, that's been a few years now. That's mostly what I use. I'll still use a brush now and again, and I'll go around my edges with a brush when I'm troweling up with my flexi at the end. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question, Gandalf. Lindsay, bet the neighbours wouldn't like having a skip on the drive either. People don't like. My neighbours haven't said anything, but if my neighbours were always having a skip on their drive and literally swapping one for another, it would get me down. So I did that for the best part of a year. Last year or the year before, and I was getting a smaller skip, a 4-yard instead of a 6, because you could kind of tuck it against the hedge. Okay, I had a little bit of a hedge, but it's still a skip on your front. It's still an eyesore, and if it's there permanently, it's just not nice. Plus, you don't want it. It takes up a parking space, and you don't really want a skip outside your front door. Not that much outside your front door, anyway. So, but I don't know what they're going to do about it. Things just seem to be getting worse as opposed to better. This used to be able to take some rubbish to the tip domestically and get shot of it, but now you have to pay. I think it's £2.50 a bag. And I'm thinking, well, it depends how heavy the bag is. Or is it a little light? Doesn't matter. Just any kind of bag. But yeah, watch your space on that one. People that will shop you for putting a bit of rubble in a flipping in a bag. Obviously, it must be like the neighbours or whatever, or see it all wherever. So, but some people are like that. I know a neighbour fairly close to here that you part one of your wheels is on the grass verge, it'll be straight onto the council or the whoever will send round the traffic warden to whack a ticket on your car, and there's just no need for it, you know. Got to have a bit of live and let live. Duncan, I'm back. Where you been, Duncan? Oh, you was on mute, weren't you? That you, Duncan? I think it was you. I don't know if you could hear me if it was on mute, but I was sort of saying my missus. I can't listen to anything on my phone and in the same room as her unless I've got headphones in. And but she doesn't reciprocate. I might be doing something else, and she'll suddenly whack her phone on, watching some video or another, blaring out, and I go, well, it's good enough for me. It's good enough for you. Put your bloody headphones in. And hopefully, finally, she turns it off. Gary, evening, Gary. So I'm going to attempt to skim a wall. Gary, is it your very first wall, mate? And how much have you done, like, so far? You have been practicing, presumably. You're not just gone out and bought a bag of plaster and gone, you know what? I'm going to skim a wall tomorrow. Give us a bit more history, Gary. I know, you literally just started spreading. Been doing it for a couple of days, weeks, months. Have you watched my Plastering School Part 1 video, more importantly? But if you don't come back this evening, Gary, let us know how that goes, and give us some details. James, maybe the big black rubble bags give it away, and maybe I'll camouflage it for some food sacks instead. That's what you got to do, mate, and you got to try your best to make it not look heavy. You carry it out to the bin. Oh dear. Lee, hello Lee. Nice to see you, mate. Did you ask about the extra time still? Oh Lee, you just want free stuff, mate, didn't you? You have to start your own channel. I haven't spoken to Mark recently. He wants me to do a test and video it on these the last review one of the other plasterers did against his product and another product or another company making a similar stuff, and he wasn't very happy about the fact that it didn't slag his off, but basically said that his was weaker mix. So he wants me to do some tests on the gear using the same tests as this other guy did, but not to compare it against the opposition, but to basically to say, look, my I think it's the half time, when you use that, it does not make it weaker than using just plaster with nothing in it, admix wise. So I will do that for him, but at the moment he's gagging for me to do that, so I'm not going to ask him if he can give us a code to give, because I mean Mark gives away quite a lot of extra time and easy mix and stuff anyway. But when I've done his test and I've sent him the video, I'll sort of say, oh, some of the guys have been saying, oh, could they maybe, well, only if you watch my channel, mind you, have some kind of code they could put in to get a discount on their extra time and all their easy mix additives, and we'll see what happens. But no, I haven't asked him yet. Oh dear. Gary, no, lots of research, no experience. Oh mate. If you haven't looked at it already, Gary, look at me Plastering School Part 1 video. It basically shows you how to knock up a bit of like everlasting render, basically, that doesn't go off. You can have a practice with on some wall just to get the old trowel technique going, and you can scrape the stuff back off, and you can use the same piece of wall again. In the video, I literally just stacked 6 breeze blocks on top of each other, didn't even cement them together, and use that to do the demo. And it's good from that point of view to get the hang of using the trowel rather than just going in cold and knocking up a bag of gear and seeing if you can get it on flat before it goes rock hard. But if you want to try it that way, I mean, if I'm honest, back in whenever it was, that's the first thing I ever did. I was labouring on a building site, up in Dorking way, I think it was, and I was a bit stupid. They had a bag of spare finish on the site, and rather than just go to a shop and buy some, because I was on the train as well from Dorking back to home, I brought a bag home on my shoulder on the train. And it was partly split as well, so that was no fun. And when I did eventually use it, it had gone off. And I tried to use this. It was a skin plaster, but I was new to the game, very new. And I tried to skin the blockwork in my dad's garage with this stuff, and came out what a mess. But get some practice in first, and take it from there. But whatever you do, Gary, give us. Let us know what happens. Preferably send us some pictures that we can put up here on the Discord forum, to which there are links. Let's have a change of view for a little while. I've got to go home in a minute. Where are we? Yeah, on the old community server. Click on the links in the description. And you'll get sent an invite to the community server, and you can chat to me on there. You can send pictures. You can chat to all the other guys that come along here tonight that are on there, and it's all just good. We'll do. Top man, Gary. Skim Life Outdoors. Going to give it a go. Have a big church to skim. Well, last church I worked in, it was a ceiling. It wasn't too big. I had to overboard it and skim it, and I didn't take into account how high it was. And it nearly broke my neck doing that one. But I don't think I did a video of that. It wouldn't have been good. But good luck with that, mate. James, I have to admit, Dunstable? A tip. Oh, Dunstable tip. I've had no problems putting plaster rubble in a skip, just had to separate the bags. But I'm quick at it, and that's the car, not the van. Yeah, no, I mean, you can get some stuff in the car, and if it's separated, that was the case up here as well, but in more recent times, it's just been becoming more and more of a pain. Right, might give you a cheeky discount code. Yeah, you never know, Lindsay, do you? It might do. Skim Life Outdoors, who sells the extra time? It's Mark Shepherd. If you Easy Mix with a Z .com, you should go through to his site, and there's all the info about it on there and how to order it and what have you. Mention my name, you probably won't get a discount. Who knows? Oh dear. Right. Right. Make sure I haven't missed anybody before I go. Lindsay, have you got a link for the extra time, half time? I don't think I have actually. I'll double check that, Linz, and put one on there so people can just go via that. But I don't think you can get it on. You might be able to get it on Amazon. I'm not sure, but I will check it and see. Right, I was going to say something else before I signed out this evening. I can't remember what it was. Only a question was it? Right, Gary, no, Skim Life Outdoors. Don't do it, Gary. Lindsay, extra time. There you go. Yep, there's a big church. Didn't miss that one. Dunstable tip. Yep, right, got that. Lindsay's one. Yep, got that. Skim Life Outdoors. Cheers, Eric. We'll mention your name. He might charge you twice the price. Dear, but it's worth a go, mate. It's worth a go. Right. Back on. Right, cool. Right. This is back on Ask the Plasterer. Not next Monday, Monday after, from 7:00. And it will go out as this one will go out as a podcast in the next day or so. So you can listen to it at work if you want to. What else is there? Get on the Discord community server. Click on my links. click on it in the link in my descriptions. It'll send you an invite, and it's really easy to sign on to, so you can chat to me during the day, in the week, when you're at work, whatever, or any of the other guys as well, which would be great. Mark, you can get extra time on Amazon. Oh, brilliant, Mark. Okay, mate, I shall whack a link up then on me, and then I'll put it on my videos for that. That'd be cool. And yeah, I really feel like I'm forgetting something. I've answered everybody's questions that's here. I'm running a bit late tonight, but I had a computer crash earlier, didn't I? So I need to go and have some dinner because I'm hungry. Thanks again, all you guys, for coming, as usual. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in a fortnight's time, or I'll see you on the Discord server tomorrow. Yeah, or in links on the old videos. And yeah, if I've forgotten anything, I'll probably remember it after I've signed out. Might find that old stop button now. Get out of here. Beta black, that's the one, isn't it? Right. Cheers, everybody. Appreciate you coming along as usual, all you regular guys. Yeah, see you in a fortnight. Yeah, I should. My new video should be up soon. It's nothing to write home about, but it's another video. What do you want? All right. Cheers, guys. I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.